Van life isn't just about living in a vehicle. It's about a lifestyle choice that's been way more valuable than I could have ever dreamed or imagined. So today I thought I'd talk about 5 incredible benefits of being in my van. If you're watching this, you are probably mildly intrigued by van life. You may be slowly checking things out to see if it's something you would like to do one day. Or you might be curious why anyone in their right mind would opt to leave the creature comforts of a house for less than 30 square feet with no running water, electricity, or proper plumbing to speak of. Whatever reason you happen to be here, I'm glad you are. And if you're willing to give me a few minutes, I can tell you why, despite all of its drawbacks, van life has so many more benefits. One of the most compelling benefits of van life is the opportunity for adventure. It's often one of the first things that people think of when they hear about van life. For me, adventure is more about the freedom that I have than the places that I go. I get to wake up to a new view every day if I want to, or if I find a good one, choosing to stay for another day, and another, and maybe another. Or if I choose to, I can go exploring in a quaint little town somewhere, or I can go to a remote part of the wilderness that nobody else knows about. Don't get me wrong, it's not all beauty and sunshine. Sometimes there's more challenges on a daily basis than I ever experienced living in a house. So this happened. Well, they weren't lying when they said it was going to be 13 degrees tonight. The dusty roads out of the event. Very sandy. One of the disadvantages of going off the trail. It is a wildly windy night tonight. There we go. There we go.
You go, girl.
But it's not just about the freedom to explore. It's about simplicity. For me, living in a compact space has forced me to really prioritize what's important in life. And I don't mean that just in a figurative way, although that is part of it. But it quite literally has obligated me to become a minimalist. Faced with limited storage and space, I've had little choice but to declutter, reduce, and organize myself way more efficiently. And it has been extremely liberating to realize that I don't need much to be happy. Probably one of the most profound benefits is that it is good for the soul. For me, it's about being able to be outdoors more and really connect with nature. Instead of being cooped up in an office or a house, I have the benefit of being able to be outside more and breathe in the fresh air and take in so much beauty. Not only is it good for the soul, in a lot of ways, it's good for the planet too. I think these days we're all trying to do what we can to live more sustainably. But van life in particular has a way of confronting me every day with the impact that I have on the environment. In a house, you turn on a faucet and you don't really think much about where the water is coming from or where it's going. Same with turning on a light switch or flushing a toilet. In a van, though, you see how much water you're using for brushing your teeth and washing your dishes or cooking or cleaning. You have to think about it so you don't run out. You get used to checking how much power you have left after charging your phone or using your computer or having the lights on for too long. You have to deal with where the things go that you usually flush down the toilet. All of those simple things have an impact. And sure, I may have more of a carbon footprint for all the driving I do, and I am far from perfect with sustainable practice. But I can honestly say that I have never been more aware of the need to live more responsibly than I am now. I definitely know more about solar power, water conservation methods, and composting toilets than I ever thought I would. So I consider it a huge benefit to the planet and myself to learn to live more self-sufficiently and live more responsibly for the planet. And you know the greatest benefit? Van life opens the possibility of finding a community of like-minded people who are usually more than willing to share their stories and swap ideas and tips they've learned along the way for making life easier on the road. The community aspect of van life is really very incredible. You get to meet people from so many different walks of life, and there's a sense of camaraderie that you don't find in many places, really. Again, like anything involving people and relationships, it's far from perfect. But I have met some of my closest friends on the road. I started out with this lifestyle thinking it was about living out of a vehicle, but found out it is so much more than that. I hope that by now you can see how the benefits far outweigh any inconveniences of living in a tiny space. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.